Hey everybody, Sandy here, AK Montoli, and we're back for round 5 of a Vintage League. We are playing Hogak-less Bazaar. And yeah, this hand looks good. We got a Bazaar. I haven't had a lot of openers with Bazaars today. I've kind of been floating on the other side of the spectrum there, playing the longer games. But I do feel like this deck is a lot better when it has Bazaar in hand. I guess the powders in the main really help shore that up. I'm going to have to play with this deck a little bit. I feel like it's, despite I've only got a small sample size, I'm feeling like it's a little bit off. Ooh, Prismatic Vista. I don't see that too often. I might need to find a YaviVine off the top here to be able to cast a Collector Roof on turn 2. Or I guess we can just find a Black Lotus. Very strong start for my opponent though here. Black Lotus, Preordained Ancestral, Mox Sapphire into a land. Amongst what else they're going to do. Hopefully it's not a Hull Breacher. That would be pretty devastating. And we just concede. I guess not necessarily. If I drew a green source, we could cast Deathrite Shaman and try and play the game that way. Not on a Hermit, okay. That was a damn good draw. Can we make it work is the question. Be nice if we could. And we got it there. Wow, all right. Very nice, guys. I'm just going to put some pressure here. Get in for 4. When I'm thinking about blocking here. Finding the Mox here was nice because it's going to allow us to cast a Deathrite Shaman, and then we are going to be able to get the Collector Roof next turn, which is pretty strong. This is going to get forced, yep. Fine with that. Let's get this in play. Okay, it was a good turn from us as well. We want to avoid Tinker here. We want to avoid Urza Saga. I guess with Urza Saga, we still have a chance because we can spin our Bazaar to go and find a Wasteland. Cabal Therapy, okay. Got some good stuff in there. So this is a combo deck. May as well take a good look at what they're doing here. I think they're going for an Oracle. That's Oracle, okay. Got an Oracle in hand. My Collector Roof is going to be fairly powerful here, I would think. Probably don't need all these roofs. What I can do here is I can pump one of my root wallis and get through some extra damage. Oh, oops. Getting a little tired, I think, here. That was not ideal. I gave up some damage there. A little bit embarrassing, but what's a man to do? They conceded. Okay. So Thassa's Oracle. Tainted Pact. Okay. Well, I got a couple of therapies. That was very sloppy. I think I need a bit more information about what my opponent is playing here. I'm suspicious that they're playing a graveyard strategy. They couldn't beat the Oof. I'm going to try this, guys. I'm totally hedging. And I have, in all fairness, enjoyed 2 pints of Guinness during this league, so suffice it to say it has been fantastic. I'm going to keep this one. Turn 1 Collector Roof if I choose to do it. Now, of course, we are on the draw. We do have a Force of Vigor to be able to back that up. So we've got some good play here. And Mindbreak Trap does not need any introduction, so if my opponent goes buck nutty on me, I do have some interaction here with the Mindbreak Trap as well. I like this hand. Solid. Now, Bazaar is going to make it look a lot more ugly. Bazaar is, ironically, the worst card in my hand after last game, just saying how important it was. Okay, Nihil Spellbomb. Yeah, we got that. See what we can do here. What? Ooh, Strip Mine. Yeez. I'm not gonna lie, I do like that Strip Mine quite a bit. I don't feel like I need to show them the mocks. Oh, interesting. A Verdant Catacomb. Preordain, okay. If they play another artifact out here, I might Force a Vigor. But I'm not worried enough about a Nihil Spellbomb here to do that. We do have the Collector Roof coming down, so... It's pretty tough, man. Cannot resist. If they want to use their Spellbomb, go for it. Oh, jeez, look at that. I kind of feel like we can't use the Force of Vigor in its current setup. We just can't do all of the stuff. That's the problem here. I can get rid of Vine, Vigor. I can hard cast a Mindbreak Trap. I can cast the oof here, but the oof just shuts everything down, right? But maybe that's just the route we have to go. And if this gets countered, I think it's okay. He's just going to crack this. He's not going to get value from it. If he lets it resolve, awesome. Do this to play around days. Guess I didn't need to because we had the extra mana floating from the youth, but that's totally fine. I could blow their land up, but I think the land has more value to be played here. Let's just pass. There's a world where we just rip a Yavimaya and Boseju's turned on. Tabernacle's awkward, obviously. But if Magic Online doesn't do my super auto stack on me, we can sacrifice the Collector Root first, and then we can pay for the Hollow One with the Mox Emerald. And I'm not sure how good the Mindbreak Trap here is in this situation. I mean, my opponent does have 5 cards in hand. It is possible they're sandbagging a number of Moxen. Ooh, interesting. Okay, it's just like a Death Shadow build? Interesting. I certainly don't need double Boseiju here. What is this? Tainted Pact. Okay, let's see what they do. Oh, this is a brew. Sleight of hand. My Dark Slick Shores? Okay. What did they get here? Force of Will. Okay. Force of Will is reasonable. Not feeling confident from here, but like I honestly don't know how combo-esque my opponent's deck or how fast my opponent's deck is here. Like some of these cards I'm seeing are very suspect. Like Dark Slick Shores and Underground River and Sleight of Hand are not vintage playable cards. Um, certainly, let me rephrase that. They are not cards that tier 1 players play in vintage. These are certainly reasonable substitutes for Underground Sea should you not be able to afford them. But, you know, cards like Preordain are pretty cheap. And, I mean, I guess they have a Preordain here, but now we do just die if they're able to Oracle Tainted Pact here. Hopefully they play into Mindbreak Trap if they do. Now they do have Force of Will in hand as well. So this is spell number 1. Ancestral Yuck. I think I need to find a wasteland here to slow them down. I don't know. Like, this is bad. Right, I can't target that. No. Yeah, we could be in trouble. Hopefully they burn the pact and they need to find one of the combo pieces. Okay. We got a trap. We're in some trouble here, guys. I don't think I'm going to get out of this this next turn, but if I do, we win. And there's a chance that the Mindbreak trap is enough, but it's unlikely. They do have a Force of Will in hand. They got 7 cards, so we're probably just dead. Like Tainted Pact Oracle, it just kills me. Okay. Hopefully they're going for a combo piece here, not just winning with Oracle. Yeah, they just have Oracle. Okay. Yep. All right. Let's take a peek at their deck here. Yeah, she's a bit of a brew. They got me. All right. So Leyline is not where we want to be here. I think we want our powders back. What an interesting combo deck. Do think we want to be a little bit more offensive if we can. I think Mindbreak Trap is not that good, to be honest. Maybe it's just a necessary evil. Let's try this out. Don't really like this very much. Better. Okay. I think we put the bench mine away, right? See how effective this is. Let's see what they got. Can they counter my oof? I'm going to play around Mindbreak Trap with the oof. I'm going to play it right out first. Resolves. See if they have a... I'm going to play the Cradle right out just in case there's a world where I desperately need to use the Boseiju. Like if we find another land off the top, the Boseiju would be live, but this is going to allow us to hit for 6 a turn if we don't do that, and we just play the Boseiju out, which is a fairly serious clock. Yeah, I mean, that's irrelevant right now. Mm-hmm. All right. We're beating down pretty good here. Wouldn't mind a Gaze Cradle. Let's see what they got here. Love the basics in their deck. Like, not the actual art, the fact that they have 2-color basics. Ooh, Sleight of Mind. Oh, geez, that's so bad. Maybe their deck is a masterpiece, and I'm just not seeing it. It wouldn't be the first time I've looked at a deck and said that's a steaming pile, and of course it has been quite viable. But that's few and far between when something like that happens. We do need to finish them off here. Gaea's Cradle, Strip Mine. Okay. Not ideal. 2 absolute bricks. I have to pump here. I'm like in on this line. If they fetch, we can kill them next turn. It's going to be tenuous here, guys. But fetch lands really compound things for them. If that's what they have in their hand, is fetch lands or shock lands. Like things like Underground River, that's where those type of cards really can punish you. And from their main deck, what I saw is so they did play it tapped. They can't Tainted Pact either. But they could consult me. Consult kill me. So Wasteland would be really strong here. This would be a nice little win from us here if we could get the I beg your pardon, excuse me, the non-bazaar opener win. Do a nice little solid 4-1. But of course, easier said than done. One of the weaknesses of this deck is combo. Okay, they're doing something here. Oh, they must be trying to win right now. They die. Interesting. Maybe they have a way to deal with Collector Roof here. Let's see. Got something? Oh, interesting. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, we might lose here. Geez. Okay. The only saving grace that I really have here is that Tainted. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Well, they have to have an island to do this. They maybe needed to tap their snow-covered swamp. Not to say they couldn't have an island in their four card hand here. They still can fetch as well. Yeah, it looks like we lost, guys. Let's see if they have it. Reels Underground Sea. I have to wonder, did they tap their land wrong? Yeah, they're messaging me here and they've conceded. Yeah, there you have it, guys. My opponent, unfortunately, I feel really bad for them, did tap their Watery Grave or their Underground Sea, I can't remember which one, to cast the Consultation and left themselves with one swamp and one island to be able to cast an Oracle. So, uh, I don't know what they actually had in their hand, if they were just fooling around, making me think they had the combo and tapped wrong. I don't know, but regardless, these things happen. But uh, got to be careful how you tap your mana, folks. But that said, a nice clean 4-1. I felt like against YaviVine that was a really tough match. That said, I wouldn't mind having another crack at it again. But hope you guys enjoyed these videos. It has been a little while since I've dabbled in Vintage, and that was an enjoyable league. I guess my synopsis on this deck is I'm not really sure really how good it is versus the other Hollowline builds. I do think you lose some equity from not being able to pump up your root wallows in this deck. I think the deck lost a ton of explosiveness with taking Hogak out of the deck. Like, my gut is that it's probably not as good as the other Hogak vines. Yavimaya Cradle of Growth was, I'd say, was pretty good here. It certainly helped with casting things like Collector Roof on turn 2. I thought it was really solid that way. It certainly helped to turn things like useless cards like Cradles when I had no creatures in play, and Bazaars into tapping for mana. So that is a neat feature of it. Yeah, Serum Power obviously shores up the deck a lot in its ability to find Bazaar. Like, there are positive features of this deck, but I feel like we maybe gave up a lot uh, to have these features, and I'm not convinced it's better. I'm probably going to take another Hogak Vine build, the old one, for a spin and see how it feels in comparison with this one. But yeah, we'll see you guys soon.